Starting your practice today here at the center of your mat, grounding down in your yin yoga practice. Starting off with your Sukhasana or your easy sitting pose. Find blocks, props, pillows, bolsters, anything that can support you in your practice today. Put them on the side so it's easier to grab. Stay here with a block in your Sukhasana or ground down in the mat. Open the shoulders, draw them down and back. Lifting your heart here. Option with your hands. You can stay here on your knees, maybe palms facing up. Any kind of mudra that you want to go along. Maybe one hand to your heart, another to the belly. Anything that can support you as you slowly find your gaze forward, down to the nose or close your eyes. Without having to manipulate how you take your inhales and your exhales, slowly notice how you breathe. Slowly notice any sensations in your body, any tension that may be here. Give yourself permission to soften. Soften the face, soften the shoulders, soften all of your hips. Begin to tune in and draw energy to find ease and alignment. Notice how you breathe. Notice how you feel. Find an intention, a mantra, or an affirmation to start your practice today. As we open up the hips and find ways to bring energy to it. See how you can connect opening of the hips to opening your mind and opening your heart today. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Open the eyes, come back to the present moment. Starting your practice today by taking props to the sides and find yourself here in your reclined butterfly pose or your Supta Baddha Konasana. Lying down on the mat here, bend the knees still at the sky, planting the feet together as you open the knees to the sides. An option to stay here. Maybe hands onto the sides, hands up and overhead, or hands on opposite elbows. If you want support for this pose, you can find blocks, place them on each knee to give you support if you don't want to go deeper into this place. You can also find your pillows, your bolsters, or your blankets. Place them on your head, maybe on your heart. Anything that can give you space to gently calm and rise to lessen the intensity of this pose. Feel free to put them. You can also put the towel in your eyes to give yourself a little less light so you can focus more on your breath. Inhale through the nose, feel your hips expand. Exhale through the mouth, allow the knees to gently dive deeper into the mat. Begin to come back to the present moment on your next breath. Slowly releasing your props onto the sides and give yourself a way to stay here at the center of your mat. The windshield wipers, swing the legs side to side to neutralize the hips and the spine. As low as you can, as deep as you want. On your next breath, swinging the legs to the sides, find yourself here on your tabletop. Knees here, hip width distance apart, big toes touch as you plant your hips on your heels. Allow the forehead to ground down as you extend your hands forward. Options to stay here in this pose. You can find blocks. Place one or two on the sides of the ankles. You can also find pillows, bolsters, as many as you want here in front of your body, so that when you ground down, you can find yourself a little bit more comfort and ease. You can find towels also. Place them at the middle of your inner thighs so that when you ground down, you don't have to go and find that tension on your knees that much. And if you want to go further in your child's pose, find 2 blocks, place them on each tricep or your elbow, and then slowly press your heart deeper, forehead deeper into the mat. Maybe take your hands in prayer, place them at the back of the neck. Close your eyes and begin to find the release in your shoulders. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Release on your next inhale. Last thing that you did is the first one you release. Come to the tabletop, place blocks and props on the side. Swinging the hips side to side, wagging the tail, feeling the side bodies open. Slowly come to a seat at the center of your mat. Starting your next pose here in your deer. Gently find 2 90-degree angles on each leg, flexing the feet. You can opt to do this or place one leg farther onto the side as if your knee is parallel to the side of the hip and then the other knee is in front. Twist onto the opposite side, this time on your right. Option to find a pillow, place them near the hip. If you want to go further, you can fold all the way down, pressing that left side hip towards that knee. Notice how you can go deeper into the shape, and notice which part of the body opens more when you tend to exhale deeper. Begin to come back to the present moment on your next breath. Open the eyes. Neutralize the spine. Neutralize the hips. Massage the glutes. Find your blocks, your props onto the opposite side as you do your deer on this pose. Begin to do the opposite side. One 90-degree leg in front, the other 90-degree leg on the side of the hip. Place the block, place the pillow or the bolster on the opposite side for your twist. Option to go down or option to just stay seated. Notice that one side is different from the other. See how you can go and push further, or see how you can go and stay a little bit less intense. Navigate your breath on each body part as you go deeper in each pose. Navigate the breath, especially on the hip. Begin to release. Come back to the present moment. Planting the feet once more at the center. Find windshield wipers once more. Doing every single counter stretch slowly. Noticing how you are more balanced as you do both sides. On your next breath, slowly start with your next pose here in your seated forward fold or your caterpillar. Open the thighs and the glutes out wide to the sides. Point, flex, or flank the feet, knees pointing to the sky. Slowly fold all the way down here. Heart and belly presses towards the thighs. Options to support here. Find a block or two. Place him here at the bottom of the knees to find a micro bend You can also find your bolsters, pillows, or blankets, place them at the top of your legs so that when you fold down, you can gently find comfort. Take your hands as far as it can go and allow this opening on your hips, lower back, middle back, and upper back. Allow the face to soften once more. Soften the jaw, unclench the teeth. Begin to release on your next breath. Open the eyes, lean back. Place your blocks, your props onto the sides. Take your hands, one or two hands away from your hips. Windshield wipers, left and right. Extend both of your feet. This time, lift your hips, your heart. Find a reverse plank. Press into the hands and begin to release. Bend the knees, swing them to the sides. Find yourselves in your tabletop once more. Starting with your dragon poses here. Stepping that left foot beside that left pinky in front. Find it farther, maybe placed at the side of the mat if you want a little bit more space. Place blocks on your hands if you want to lift your heart higher here. You can place one block on the thigh to give yourself support there if you feel like pressing your hips down is too tight. Notice how you can go slower and deeper into the space, bringing your back knee farther at the back of the mat. Option to stay here, or if you want to go for more, find your forearms grounding down into the space. Place a block in your forehead to find support in your neck. Close your eyes and see how your hips slowly grounds down into the mat in every exhale. Begin to release. Open the eyes. Slowly come and rise. Press the knee back in slowly. Release that left leg at the back. Come tabletop. Wagging the tail once more, making sure nothing is painful. Doing this on the opposite side once you're ready. Planting that right foot beside that right pinky in front. Feet can step wider if you want more space. Find blocks. Find props. Maybe take the knee farther if you have some more space for your hips to ground down here. If you want to go further, find your forearms down, pressing your left hip flexor to open up. And begin to close your eyes. And again, maybe compare this opening on the opposite side. Send your breath to your hips. Begin to release, placing your blocks, your props onto the sides, pulling your knee back in. On your next breath, tuck both of your feet, give yourself a rise, finding yourself in your forward fold or your Uttanasana. Tap the hands here, bending the knees one by one or bend them both together. You can find blocks on your hands or maybe take your hands on opposite elbows. Find them beside the ears as you fold all the way down in your ragdoll or your dangling. Swing side to side, again taking a micro bend on the knees if this is too much. Allow yourself to feel your weight radiating from one side of the foot towards the other. Allow the neck to release. Soften the face here. Closing your eyes, maybe planting your chin to the chest. Begin to release. Open your eyes. Find a flat back. Inhale. Releasing your hands, bending the knees one by one. Begin to take a seat once more at the center of your mat. Finding yourselves on your next pose, your frog pose. Slowly, finding your knees here, opening to the sides as wide as you want, as deep as you can. Find 90 degrees on the leg, ankles parallel to the knees, and knees parallel to the hips. Nothing further forward or down. Allow blocks, props, pillows to be here. Place them in your body, place them on your inner thighs, wherever it feels good. Find support in your neck, maybe finding a block here to put on your forehead if you want. This pose can come very intense, so notice how you can go deeper and how you can less intensify if you feel there's a need. Begin to come back to your present moment. Open the eyes, releasing the blocks one by one. It's important to stay here longer in your progress to release. Coming back to the center of your mat slowly for a while. Take a seat, close your eyes. Whenever you're ready, come back. Starting off with your next pose here. Planting your heart, your belly, your hips down into the mat. Let's start with your Sphinx pose first. Shoulders back on your elbows. Open the fingers out wide. Palms parallel to your elbows. Open the feet if you want more support. Clench the glutes to support the lower back as you open your heart to the sky. Maybe swinging the body side to side first, swinging the head per each shoulder to give a little bit more opening. You can opt to find your seal pose if you want, extending your arms. Allow the hips to soften, but keep on clenching the glutes to support your lower back. This can come intense, so allow yourself to deeply navigate your breath and opening the hips more here in front. Soften the face, soften the shoulders. Find awareness in each and every body part in contact with the mat. On your next breath, release. Flat chin to chest as you draw back down in your Sphinx if you did the seal. Take both of your feet here, hip width distance apart once more. Give yourself a nice push back to your child's pose. A soft release in the hips. Come back center. Tuck both of your feet. Give yourself a warm way to start on your yoga squat or your Malasana. Bending the knees here as you plant the feet to the sides of your mat, opening the toes on the sides. Take your elbows, your triceps against the knees. Hands in prayer to your heart if you want, or just place them on the mat. Find a block or two if you want support, place them on your hips. Close your eyes and find this intense opening on the hips. Begin to come back to the present moment with the hands supporting you. Place them on the mat. Swinging the hips side to side, find a release in that intense opening. And softly, whenever you're ready, lie down at the mat once more. Lower back, middle back, upper back, head all the way down to the mat. Bend the knees one by one towards your heart. Hands on your inner thighs, or maybe hands here on your outer heels. Find happy baby pose. Knees to the heart, the chest, to the armpit, or even farther if you want. Swing side to side, massaging the lower back, massaging all of your back. And then slowly find stillness in the body. Close your eyes and maybe find stillness in the mind. Once you're ready, open the eyes, release the heels, the feet. Give yourself a nice squeeze here. Begin to plant the feet here. Maybe find a block or a pillow or a blanket. Place him at the bottom of your hip. Option to stay here in this pose, or slowly extend both of your feet to the skies. Point or flex the feet. Also have an option to do this on a wall. Finding your heels planted on your wall. Allow the softening on your hips. Slowly release one by one. hugging in once more, planting one knee to the heart as you extend one foot to the top of your mat. Keeping that clasp in your hands on your inner thighs or on your shin. Begin to release. Doing this on the opposite side. Knee to the heart, the other foot extends to the top of your mat. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders. Whenever you're ready, start to release. Plant both of your feet. Release the blocks, the pillows, or the blankets away. Swing side to side, windshield wipers. Lean into one side and slowly navigate your way back to a seat. Find your Sukhasana once more. Hands on your knees. Reaping the benefits of your full practice. Inhale, extend all of your hands up to the skies. Exhale, hands in prayer to the heart. Namaste.